building a connected community of entrepreneurs. This is Business Rockstars.
Ken Rakowski, Business Rockstars, connecting you to everything as an entrepreneur. If you dream it, you can make it happen. Walt Disney said that. And can you make it happen? Of course. Are you dreaming it? Well, make it happen. Joining me in the studio, he wrote a book. So I get to call you Nick. Nick Wyman's joining us. And your book is, there's a big title here, Nick. What is the title? Don't even look at the book. What is it? Come on, what's the title?
It was something about, connecting business to jobs. It's called Job You. Well, how to find wealth and success by developing the skills that companies actually need. It's pretty intuitive, really.
It's not just intuitive. It's a perfect type of book. So first, tell me, is this true? Writing a book is one of the hardest things someone can do when it comes to a professional career.
That first one, 5 years that took me.
5 years?
5 years. The next one, 6 months. So it gets easier.
How many books do you have?
This is about to release my second.
Second book?
Yep.
So you have a third one in mind too?
I've got to crack a third one in mind.
Really?
Yeah.
But this book, tell me, when you wrote this book, how did you think it was going to change your professional life?
Well, I must say, I practiced. I wrote some articles for some magazines and journals just to sort of find my voice. Mm-hmm. You got to find your voice because you got to find something that's unique and that's interesting. And the book reads how I speak, but without that sort of Aussie twinge.
But I like the Aussie accent.
Yeah, well, it really is a reflection of me. I'm a practical guy. I was pretty much dropped out of high school and I went in my own direction and did my own thing. And to me, it's about the right education at the right time. So that's the message that comes through the book. And I talk about people and their journey so that, hopefully the readers can say, hey, I can see myself doing that.
Oh, I like that a lot. Books available everywhere?
Yeah. It's going pretty good. Amazon, you can always get a good price on Amazon, but, most bookstores have got the book, so it's great, yeah.
So Job You, is this finding the perfect job? Is that what it's really about?
It's really finding the job that suits you. Oh. And so it's very much about this, as I said, the right education at the right time. There's this focus that people have to go straight from high school to university.
I don't agree with that.
Or to college. I agree with you because
I told my kids actually this week. I go, the minute you graduate in high school, I took a look at my daughter. You're probably going to go down to South Africa or to another country, and I told my son the same.
Melbourne,
thing.
Australia.
No, it's not a country. That's just it's literally like Seattle. It's like Seattle with an accent. That's what it is, Melbourne. But Gambia.
Yeah, look, I think you've got to get out, experience the world.
Right.
So one of the many things I say to parents is, don't push your children down a pathway that doesn't suit them because they're just going to rebel. I think you really need to say, go out and find your thing and come back and it will be the right education.
I agree with you.
My father, he was an academic and he had my career mapped out. He once got out this napkin and he drew my career and he kind of stopped at about 65 and it was just soul destroying for me. And
he mapped out till you were 65 years old?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, following his footsteps.
How has he done predicting your future?
Yeah, well, not so good. I ended up writing and writing in an academic style for some, but that's not my main focus.
So where you're at in life right now, and you look at the book that you wrote, have you basically done what the book would suggest someone else to do?
Absolutely, and I do it every day.
You do. So you walk the walk.
Absolutely. Okay. So I've got a company that employs young people and places them into skills-based careers. So currently at the moment, I've got about 650 people in some different countries that I place in awesome jobs like apprenticeships, traineeships, internships.
Okay, so do this. Give me 3 things right off the top of your head right away for someone to find the right life path, because I don't even want to call it a job, because once you find it, it feels like it's
you don't go to work. You don't go to work.
3 things someone has to do to actually find that right life path.
You got to follow your passion. You got to follow your passion is the number one. That one stands out. That's way ahead of the field. The next one is you got to do your research. There's a lot of information out there on the internet. Don't believe everything you read on the internet. Get out there and meet some people, meet some employers and network. So networking is the third thing. So do your research, networking, and I think that you'll, if you follow your passion, that's a formula or a winning recipe for success.
So if I wanted to do something similar to you, let's say I want to become a writer, okay? That's how you started, right?
Yeah.
How would I do my research? How would I network? How would I do those type of things? Do I go to networking conferences? Do I go to, writing conferences? What do I do?
All of the above. You've got to get out from your lounge room. You've got to get out from your office. You've got to get out and see out from your classroom. just get out there, mingle, mix with employers. You know, go to every opportunity where you can talk to people, because no matter what goes on in the technological age, the skill of communication and you know what's missing with a lot of employers? They say to me all the time,
"What's that?"
Nick, we can't find people with soft skills, communication skills. People are coming out of the education systems. They might have the smarts, the academic smarts,
but
don't have real world workplace skills.
Oh, so that, and where do you teach that? You can only get that in the real world.
School of life.
School of life. Hey, so you're an Aussie. You moved to the States.
Yep.
So did you leave Australia before Tall Poppy hit you?
It's an interesting. It's a
because
really,
you don't have that here.
Well, it's a really interesting thing. You know, in Australia. I must say I speak on a public circuit here and talk at conferences, and I'm talking like we're talking now. If I go back home to Australia and talk in this time, people are kind of like, hey, what's up with Nick? You know, he's changed.
You're cocky.
Well, I think it's, you know, people get cocky in confidence. I think you've got to be humble and you've got to be respectful, but you've got to have an opinion. You can't just go through life and maybe there's some politicians out there. You know why some people are doing well in politics without naming names?
Why?
Because they've got a personality. They're actually saying what they think. Don't like it, do like it. At least they've got an opinion.
Sounds like people like that.
Well, people are drawn to people with personalities.
One of my good friends is the mayor of Perth, Australia, Lisa Scafidi, okay? And you got to go check her out because she says exactly what's on her mind, and this is her third term. Well, I mean, she's doing something right down Australia. Hey, do you speak Australian? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can throw a few lines.
Okay,
at
I'm going to throw a line at you. Okay?
Okay.
I'm going to see. So I'm literally in the bush, middle of the country, and I'm at a pub, and a guy comes up to me and goes, "See if you could interpret this. You ready? Hey, mate, you want a tinny?" Do you know what he said to me?
Yeah, you say, yeah, no, for sure, mate. Yeah, sling us one over the bar.
That's right. He asked if I wanted a beer. That's I go, what? I got it.
Yeah,
now, people want to find the book again, Nick, where do they go?
So I'd go onto Amazon or just search it, jobubook.com. Check it out, and there's some really interesting articles and links. And I also like to talk to people on Twitter. So Nicholas _Wyman, send me a message, direct message me, and we'll have a conversation.
Hey, Nick, thanks a lot for hanging out with us.
Awesome. Thank you.
There you go, Business Rockstars. We are here to connect you to everything entrepreneur, businessrockstars.com.